Hey everyone, this is Luminous and 715 coming to you guys with a Pro Judo commentary. Today we're casting Monkey versus Navi, and we're pausing in 3, 2, 1, go! Monkey on Sentinel, Navi on Scourge, and I'm still alive today. No more car assassinations being sent to me. 715, what are you eating today, sir? Because you always eat something when we cast.
Yeah, that's true. But today, right now, I was just eating some bread with cheese and a Kirk, I think you call it, the green thingy on it. So yeah.
Is it true that a lot of Europeans, a good majority of Europeans, eat cheese for breakfast with bread or toast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You don't do that?
No, man. We do porridge, if you know what that shit is.
Is it? Tell me. I think I know.
It
I
sounds
heard
really
it.
nasty. It's like rice but soupy.
Oh yeah, I know
It
what you
has
mean.
no taste.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, we know that here, but here you would rather eat it like
Dumplings?
you would eat it after dinner, and you would make it sweet with something in it.
Dumplings.
Okay. Alright, Trace, GTFO, or be quiet, please. Alright, on Monkey, we're playing on Sentinel, and we have Ancient Aberration being opened up as the first ban. Meanwhile, Navi, Lich is the first ban there, and they do have the first pick and ban. Boring. Well, why don't we see any, like, Warlock, you know? I mean, anytime a Warlock in the game, always fun. But we see some very standard picks. Navi actually lately haven't been doing too well.
Rumors about Artside's retirement coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't he say he was on vacation?
Yeah, he probably is, but like there are some interviews pre-Gamescom where he already said that he's going to retire, eventually going to retire from Dota, and well, at the moment it seems like he's taking a prolonged vacation, not wanting to play.
Spending his million, or at least
200,000.
Yeah, 200,000. I wonder if Navi organization actually got any of it, but you know.
Oh, and Toby, just in the ops chat.
Who is Virtus? Are you serious?
What a question! What a question!
Okay. Let's just move on.
Wow.
Let's just move on.
Okay.
Invoker's still in the pool, not being banned. Ancient Aberration, strangely, is Shadow Demon still in the pool. Bat Rider, Brewmother. Lately, you know, in the competitive scene 715, there's so many strong heroes. How, like, you know how you can't ban them all.
There are also many counters.
There's so many counters. You feel like this version is a lot better than all the previous versions in the terms that
it's in terms of balance and hero pool for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, lately on Ghost of Gamer, I've been seeing some of the more obscure picks. I think I've seen Crobulus once or twice. CK was there. Destroyer was there.
Crobulus not once or twice. Crobulus was there so much.
Yeah. So I'm having a pretty tough time working on this month's hero tier list because, you know, it's like, hey, do we bump Crobulus up? He's
throw the project easy.
No, man. Luminous model. Once you start on something, don't give up.
Luminous just told me everything he's doing it all serious because his dad told him to.
Yeah, no, seriously, everything you do in life, try your best. Because you're going to regret it, right?
Life tips for Luminous.
Life tip, you're going to regret it. Like 3 years from now. You kids that are in school, stay in school and do well. And try your best. Because sounds like an OFAC coming in from me, but 3 years down the road, you're going to regret, man, why didn't I get that A in that class? I could have done this. Seriously.
Oh, yes, that's what a friend of mine is doing. He wants to study medicine, but he's too bad. And now he's like, oh, if I would have just did this and that.
Okay, let's get back to the game. That's enough.
Enigma ban, a little bit interesting, but well, Navi experienced Enigma users, and yeah, so cutting down the jungling potential, only leaving Ench and Furion as the potential junglers in, like for double jungling at least, and farming up quickly. So I guess that's an okay ban. It's kind of Miguel isn't usually picking for Monkey, right?
I think he is, or he's been lately at least.
I think he is. I think Angel usually does it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we see Spectre being opened up, which makes me wonder why do you want to open up with that character hero? It's very strong.
Need a safe win.
Much
maybe?
counter, right? Many counter, right?
Losing first game, now need a safe win. And Spectre.
No, what are some
Yeah, I'm
spec?
for
No,
real. No, I'm for real.
seriously,
Like,
for Spectre
yeah,
first pick and win auto
that's like, I
before
feel like,
Invoker.
yes. Like, just like I think the first game of this best of two series, they lost to the Spectre,
Uh-huh.
and like Navi's doing this quite a lot, picking up the spec early, just trying to win their, not the special games, but if they play like quite standard, then they just pick up the spec and go like easy mode. And
Oh.
not sick shit as they used to against the really good enemies, but they want to show their like standard game. So just get a spec for it.
And without their art style, without their captain right now, they should be playing as standard as possible, not throwing out some crazy shred. I am looking forward to their performance in WDC if it's the legit, art style team that is going there. Not so much ESWC. Don't really care. Don't really care. But they're gonna be there as well.
Well, ESWC Dota 2, so
Yeah, that's why. But looks like the picks are going fairly long. We have the Furion with Invoker being the first two pick, Meow Scourge, opening with the Spectre, Beastmaster, and the Windrunner. Quite a bit of initiation, a lot of team fight capability. It doesn't seem like a lot because there's not much AoE there, but I mean they dance around. There's a roar, there's a haunt, shackle shot's always there. So this team seems to be very versatile. You could kind of turtle with this team. It has the capability to do that. You could gank with this
if
team.
if you hear Navi,
Yes.
then what do you think about first? One word. Now give me the right keyword. Like it starts with an A.
Aggression.
Yeah, that's good. Very nice. You get an A plus.
I get a
for that.
point. Oh man, thanks. You know what my
Awesome,
dad said.
because-
Always try your best.
all right. And what strikes my eyes or my mind is that right now Sentinel has a lot of counter ganking potential, as well as being aggressive as well. Like Furion can always TP in Invoker. You mentioned it many times already. Strong counter ganker. So well then Maiden, okay, around support. Great for early TPs though, because she got actually two disables, the slow and the bite. So overall, they seem to be prepared.
Well, actually, I think it is gonna be the Scourge that's gonna be doing the counter ganking. It seems like, at least to me, Monkey's playing style, they kind of go really aggressive, not like M5 ultra aggressive. So I actually think Navi in this case is gonna be mostly turtling up, and to me it seems like they have those type of hero. Of course, you don't really counter gank with the Spectre. Of course you can. Most of the time, I think
But Spectre's awesome bait, like the best bait hero.
Yes,
the
definitely.
best bait carry you can have.
Yeah, because she tanks so much. She has this dispersion dagger, and you drop all your spells, and she's gonna be a half HP, and her teammate TP's in, and you're dead. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, so Navi is probably gonna be initiated upon this game, although they have pretty good initiation themselves. But they could tank it, and they will be counter ganking. The bans are going for the Brewmother, the Venomancer, Anti-Mage, and the Shaker, so mostly quite standard ban. Actually, they're banning the Anti-Mage against Sentinel. How do you feel Anti-Mage versus Spectre as a matchup?
Well, Anti-Mage probably not going to kill the Spectre that easy if she has some items, or if the items are equal. But if the Anti-Mage gets more items, then Spectre is pretty bad against him, I think. Because, well, like in the one-on-one carry situations, I mean, Spectre's doing so much damage via Dispersion, via Radiance. That's where the damage comes from, and Anti-Mage, doesn't care about it because it's magical.
Right.
But Anti-Mage probably is going to outcarry Spectre in late game usually because of that lifesteal auto attack, and that'll just... So he won't lose any HP against the Spectre. And on the other hand, he can also just, if the Specs is too fat in mid-game or something, then he can just rape the team. So I feel like it's an okay ban. You can play with a Spec against the Anti-Mage, but you need to have something like... You need to have some backup for the Spectre then. But if you have the right backup, it's okay, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
And it looks like Sentinel is picking a little bit squishy, which means only one thing. They're going to be going extremely ultra aggressive. They have the Lina, they have the Crystal Maiden, and the Furion, which are not the tankiest hero in the pool, but in terms of the offensive capability, something to be afraid of. I love the dual combination of the Crystal Maiden and the Lina.
Yeah.
A lot of AoE there, a lot of stuns there. And
really indicates a really aggressive tri lane. Like standard 6-9C tri lane with those two heroes was just mega aggressive, and I guess we're going to see Probably some melee hero with a stun or something, like some sort of offensive spell.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried about the Lina against a Bat Rider because, as
Oh
you know,
yeah.
if you get Napalm, your turn rate slows down and your cast of that LSA is gonna come like at least twice as long. So it's just really annoying there. And it looks like Scourge will have some very interesting laning. You see that they have Avenge as their only sole support. Windrunner can be played as a support, but I have never ever seen a European team play it, and we're gonna see Nick. So that is a
Maybe a
huge.
jungling Bat Rider, I would
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, Jungle Bat Rider with Spectre, Venge on the top, and then the other two heroes on the respective solo lanes. But we're gonna see CM, Lina, and Nyx. This is such an aggressive lineup. We'll talk about why that's a good aggressive lineup. To make sure we're synced up right now, I'm at 10, 34, 35, 36. I tapped out a little bit, so the time might be off. 30, 40,
Yeah, we're fine,
41, 42. Okay, so in this lineup here, you have Open Wounds, which, by the way, is 80% slow for the first couple of seconds. It gives all your hero a little bit of lifesteal, and they're slowed
A
down.
little bit. You're funny. Like ever seen Open Wounds be level 4 being cast on some hero and Lina using the ultimate
And they just
or Lion? That's like
heal.
that's healing.
Yeah.
Like a quarter of your HP. It's sick.
well, that's level 4, but level 1, it has really good slow that is going to set up your LSA, and then you have Crystal Maiden follow up. And you got to keep in mind, once this lane hits level 2, they will just run to whoever they're facing up against, and it's going to be easy kills, because there's going to be Rage on that Nyx as well, so he's going to tank whatever that's coming his way very easily. And it looks like we're going to see a Bat, Venge, and the Spectre on the top. Bat has a pair of Observer wards, so probably going to be jungling, like you said, although no Stout Shield, so that's a little bit
Why
strange.
you go Stout Shield for? You know how Bat Rider jungle works? They don't even hit you. You don't.
Well,
don't
you
need Stout
just, you
Shield.
fly, well, okay, I never jungle with Bat Rider, but,
Yeah, you don't get Stout Shield for them.
okay, so what do you get?
I
what do you have?
usually get like 4 branches, two healing salves, and 2 clarity potions.
Okay.
Actually, mana is your biggest problem, but you're going to tank the creeps quite a bit. Like usually, I end up with being out of mana and having used like 2 clarities and 1 healing salve. The 1 healing salve is just for when they gank you in the jungle, then you can salve up after this and don't have to go to base.
Yep. Gonna
So
take
you really don't need HP regen.
Gonna take a quick peek at the mid lane here. We're gonna see a Beastmaster versus a Furion. Fairly standard lane. Both lanes or both heroes gonna be looking for out of the lane ganks. Furion has gone for no talisman, which is probably the highest combination of plus damage you have in the early game, and it is going to transition very well into a Dagon into the mid game. But looks like we're having to go on the Bat Rider already so early. We have a Nova being dropped as well. They're going to try to finish out that Bat quite tanky right now. 5 stacks, and that's quite a bit slow now. Lina might be in trouble as we see Nyx going to focus on the Venge. 14-second or 12-second cooldown on the Nova, so going to be using it very, very quickly. LSA hits one more time. Spectre in huge trouble. There's a Nova, and that's the first blood being claimed by Calculus. And now Venge in trouble as well. And now we have Legendary Dane, which is a Crystal Maiden, picks up KO. So 2 supports picking out the first blood and the second kill. They're a very respective play. We're gonna have quick coil, quick magic sticks, magic wands, whatever. It's gonna be so crucial in this lane.
Yes, and actually, what is maybe a thing worth mentioning here about Bat Rider and well the mechanics of that sticky napalm.
Okay.
Like when Nyx is going, when the Stout Shield on him is going to block the Bat Rider hit, then and the damage is going. Oh, actually, that Bat Rider is great trouble and he's dead. I think. Yeah, landing claim the kill with a Dragon Self, and yeah, like the Stout Shield damage, it will work like this. It will be reduced by armor and by everything. Yeah, and then after that the block damage will be applied. And if the damage is less than 30, because well, if you ask yourself why Radiance is not working on Bat Rider, it's because any source that is greater than 30, that triggers the damage of your first skill of Sticky Napalm. So if the damage gets reduced under 30 and blocked by the Stout Shield, so it's maybe 29 from a hit, then you can have like 10 stacks on you, and you're still not going to take any damage from that hit.
Yeah. So another way, basically put it, is if your damage gets blocked by the Stout, then the extra damage applied by Napalm is never going to trigger because the damage.
When it goes below 30, like sometimes you don't have enough armor on a hero, and then it will be still above 30.
But looks like they're going to make another go on that Vengeful Strike, trying to cut through the trees. Where's that LSA? LSA is going to be... Oh, he's not even going to cast it right now. Spectre doing a little bit of damage. He's trying to do a lot of ring around the rosy here. I'm going to just go to Sentinel Vision right now. Yeah, a lot of fogs being cut down in this area. Now looks like Crystal Maiden invading that little tree spot there. Not too sure why they have done so much in terms of cutting down these trees. It actually makes the Sentinel ganks a lot easier because they have multiple avenues of coming in. Gonna take a quick peek on the other lanes as well. We have Link on the bot lane with the Invoker versus Windrunner. This lane mostly gonna come down to last hit. I think Windrunner is gonna have the overall better animation, better nuke. Although I think Invoker has pretty annoying spell depending how he's gonna be skilling. It looks like he's doing Quas Wex, very standard build. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, Furion has 10 and 4. Beastmaster. Oh, looks like we have another go on the top lane here. They're gonna focus on the Spectre. No, Spectre runs out there just fine. A lot of slows on this on the Scourge tri-lane. Looks like the tri-lane is going to be dueling now, and the Firefly of the Bat Rider going back to jungle. So he's going to ditch the lane, and I'm not too sure this is going to work out well because even with the Bat Rider in the lane, they're already losing. So why do you think he has left the lane, and whether that's a good idea or not?
Because, as you said, with the Bat Rider lane, they are losing as well. Like, he can't do anything, so he should rather get levels, so he's later able to support the lane and actually do something in the game. I mean, if he will stay at that lane, he will just slow down the level progression, because they don't get farm, and they don't get levels when they are 3. And when they are 2, they'll at least get some levels. And now we see the lanes actually transitioning here. We see Beastmaster running towards the top, and we see Vengeance Spec going to the mid, actually. Which is a good decision, I guess.
Yeah, and that's just a sign that the Sentinel tri-lane on top is just winning by so much. You rarely see something like this where the lane just gets absolutely forced to get swapped. And I think, yeah, Sentinel tri-lane actually realized that very, very quickly, and now they're going to transition to the mid lane as well. Let's see if they can pick off anyone along the way. Beastmaster is going to have to Hawk to scout overhead, and they're going to make it go on the mid lane. Yes, do you have a Smoke of the Seat? No, they don't. I don't think so. Boots of Speed on the Lina, so that it's going to be helping her in terms of the mobility and catching up with that LSA being casted. It looks like they're going to make it go on that Venge on the mid lane. He's got to be very careful. In terms of survivability, not too much right now. A single Sprout is going to be the death of them, and are they going to make it go? I think they could easily tower dive.
No, actually, a single Sprout, I don't think it's going to be the death of them, because I wanted to point out that earlier, like, Beastmaster and Spectre both picked up Quelling Blades, which I think is it's a very, very good decision. You should always do that on a melee hero against a Furion, maybe not on a Nurse Shaker though, but on any hero that has to farm anyways, and you can do it at early game, so it's going to help your last hits. But I think on Spectre, oh, look at that Crow, 3 boots, that looks sick. So I think on Spectre it was a bad decision, because I think he knew actually that he would face an aggressive tri-lane, and he still picked up the Quelling Blade, even though he can just save his Spectral Dagger, at least in early game, to get out of those trees. Yeah. So I think Spectre should have picked up the Stout Shield and the Quelling Blade maybe later at the side shop when he was like fine, getting into the game a bit, getting the Ring of Health first, getting some boots. But he decided to do it early. I don't know why. I think it's a mistake. But Beastmaster did it early as well, and that's just a good decision.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there, simply because the Furion is not going to be ganking you until maybe 4, 5, or even 6, and that would be ample enough time where you could taste the lane, hey, do I need a Quelling Blade here? Do I need a little bit more survivability and go for that Ring of Health? And that's enough time where you decide whether you actually need an item. But if you get it right off the bat, it doesn't help you if you're getting railed upon on the top lane, which they did. Looks like the Sentinel tri-lane is going to be stabilizing top again. Bat Rider might be running into some trouble. Here's the open wound. There's the cone on him around. And now, wow, the nuke comes from the Furion, and he goes down before the LSA even hits him. And that's the unlimited ganking potential. It looks like the neutral creeps has taken off puppies. Unfortunately, not much luck for the Sentinel. Do they still get the EXP there? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, they do get the XP when the neutrals pick off the heroes. So yeah, they get the XP, but there are 3 heroes, so it's pretty much nothing.
Ice Rock says nerf.
These days you actually only get good XP if you're ganking with 2 or even solo. And wow, I would actually like to know if Dota 2 is going to have any age restriction, because when you see that Bat Rider dying, he's just bursting and his bones are flying around and blood's everywhere. Such a
It looks like they're gonna make a
Cruel
goal.
game as Beastmaster has to experience right now. Just wants to say hi and it's getting ganked.
And Beastmaster's experience distributed by to 4 people, which again doesn't distribute anything. Furion has actually opted for a Medallion Courage. This is quite interesting. I mean, I suppose there's a lot of physical hits as you see. You know, whoever they're focusing right now gets so much slowdown by the Nova, by the open wounds, that you do end up getting a lot of physical hits in. Especially the -6 armor is very, very good in the early stage of the game where armor, I mean, it might not seem like a lot, but it actually is if you want to sit down and do the math. So this is a pretty good item to increase your early game DPS. I'm just wondering why he didn't go for like a raw Dagon, which is going to be helping out their overall gang quite a bit in the mid game.
Well, it's maybe because he felt like his farm. Oh well, he would actually almost have a Dagon, but I think a Medallion is not a too bad decision because what's really good about it when you pick up a Medallion, an Urn, or a Ring of Basilius on Furion, you should either pick one of those items because you can farm like forever. You never have to go back except for when you're about to die or something like that. You can go around all the time. We see him TPing on the bot lane right now. Where's the go? Venge tried actually to go for that Invoker together with a Batrider and Dandy, but Invoker is going to get stunned. Venge is going to go down though. Nice tornado on Dandy there. Batrider 2 stacks on him, but I don't think he can go in, so...
Yes,
Okay,
minus
some
armor
protection.
definitely hastened their kill attempt on that Venge. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, this tri-lane not stopping their onslaught yet, still forcing the Spectre back. Spectre, how many creeps he's got? He's got 12 creeps. I'm surprised he's actually got 12 because he should be getting way less than that.
He had some free farm in the mid.
Yeah,
So.
LSA is going to be casted on the Beastmaster right now. Nova being dropped on him as well. Not enough nuke damage. You see Rexstar picks up a Strength Tread. That's just an indication that you just want a little bit more HP. I think lately we've been seeing a little bit more phase boots. Sometimes we even see arcane boots. But Treads, it's going to be the good
Treads are here.
Yep.
Are so good here because you're going to hurt hard as fuck against those weak heroes. Like you're a really strong DPS hero in mid game against some lineups, and this is a lineup where you're a fucking strong DPS hero. Like if there's a Furion and you just have your pick, you can actually just go for him and hit him. And that's so strong. And now we see the going on that Lina, and she's dead. Spectre's no. Beastmaster's claiming the kill. Venture low HP as well. Spectre's going for her. He got no level of his second skill yet. I forgot the name. Whatever.
Desolate is the name of that skill. So we see Miguel TP is in right. Gets 1 kill. Crystal Maiden is going to go down. Now we have a 2 semi-carry. No, Venge is going to come in for support as well. Nyx is going to be absolutely fine. They're going to try to go on the Furion. I don't think they can right now because this Nyx is going to do so much damage. Furion very, very low. Furion end up going to go down, but Trace the Bat Rider for it. And I think, yes, there's a Rage, and he's going to actually turn back and go for a little bit more of the neutrals. Helping out. No, never mind. The neutral says, I'm a traitor. And going to go on the Nyx as well. And that's going to be end of that gank. We do see Treads being claimed on the Lifestealer as well. Probably going to go for... Well, he has a Stout Shield, but that's not an indication that it's going to go for Vanguard. Most likely going to be Armlet, and then increases very, very high mid-game DPS. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any TP scrolls from the Invoker, so this is an indication that he's going to just stay in his lane and just level up, which isn't a bad decision overall because you already have such an aggressive lineup, especially in conjunction with the Furion. You don't really need too much extra ganking help from the Invoker, so you're going to just stay in the lane and level up, which you could really get a high-power Tornado, high-power EMP, and 7-5, you okay there? I heard you were like almost dying.
Yeah, we're joking a bit, and we see I'm okay, but Windrunner is apparently not getting ganked hard as fuck.
Yeah, and she is going to be that. Let's see who's going to claim the kill. There's a Nova. There's a kill being claimed by Calculus. The supports of Sentinel claiming quite a bit of kills. Calculus is 2-1. Crystal Maiden's 2-1. Generally, I would look down upon this pretty badly. Like, you know, you don't want your supports to get too many kills. But against the Spectre, I think that's okay because you know the Radiance is coming. The more HPs you have, the Radiance is overall not going to, you know, hurt you as much. You could, you know, get some very nice items. Just Jangle. You could get Arcane Boots. You could get a Mecha if you really are rich. So those kills overall is going to benefit quite a bit. And I'm glad that these supports are picking it up.
Yeah, and actually, while we see some action going on the bot lane, do you want to talk about Spectre against Snakes?
Yeah, Spectre against Snakes. Oh, let's.
No, the team fight.
Yeah, there's a team fight. There's a cold snap being dropped on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster half HP. There's a freeze on him as well, and he's gonna go down. Man, these kills are absolutely easy for Monkey right now. 9-3 is the score, and they're gonna go for this second tier tower. And I don't know what the Scourge do right now. There's a trees being summoned. What they really need is a Ring of Basilius, which they actually don't have one. And this kind of pushing lineup, that's gonna be very, very helpful. They need a very low HP now, and that's the time for them to turn back. Shackle Shot on 2 here right now, but that's just kind of an intimidating intimidation move, as we actually see Spectre comes in right now with a haunt and gets 1 kill. Gonna use his Desolate Dagger and just goes out there and trying to jukes behind the tree, trying to TP out. Is he gonna make it? He is gonna make it fine. Wow, what aggression move, and that's what we're talking about. As you see, Monkey was actually leading in those exchanges, but no, the aggression of Navi answering back. As you see now, Invoker trying to run away, and he's gonna be running out fine. Winman trying to hunt down the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden tanky enough to survive that as well. Meanwhile, in the jungle, a little bit more fighting going on as we see Nyx claim off the Bat Rider. Why don't you give us your thoughts on Nyx versus Spectre, and then I'll add to it if need be.
Okay, I think you're fucking dumb, lazy Asian. Just saying.
I just cover a team fight, man. Don't trip.
Okay, so I think Nyx is a good pick against Spectre. He's like a really good carry against Spectre because earlier I already talked about anti-mage being not really vulnerable to all that magical damage, and for Nyx, I mean with Spectre, she's like Imba because she's freaking tank. But as we know, Nyx actually owns tanks because of his passive stealing 7% of the current HP. So if the Nyx actually runs at the Spectre and starts with Rage right away, he'll just, or he doesn't even need to start with Rage, but he runs at the Spectre, he'll lifesteal back every little bit of damage the Spectre is doing to him, and she will drop very, very quickly to a rather low level of HP, and on that low level of HP she can just be finished off easily by some nukers, like for example the liner, by the damage from Invoker, and we see actually so much action going on.
Yeah, they're gonna try to focus down on the Nyx. I don't think they can because it's right next to some neutrals. He's gonna eat it up or actually go into a hero and do a little bit of more AoE damage as well. Beastmaster gets a roll on Crystal Maiden, but Ultimate is gonna die. Venge TP's out. Very well done there. Now Spectre might be in trouble as he's actually surrounded by 3 and 4. There's a Cyclone, and I'll talk about why Cyclone is good in just a bit as we see Spectre uses a Spectral Dagger, gonna claim a kill on the Lina nonetheless. Is he gonna run out just fine? No, Nova claims a kill there as we see Support picks up yet another kill. But yes, going back to what you were talking about earlier about how Nyx versus Spectre, I think the dispersion ultimately will still make you a little bit more tankier. But yes, like I mean, Spectre generally get things like a lot of stats, a lot of HP through the Vanguard, and Nyx Feast is going to cut through a lot of that as well. And of course, a lot of Nyx's survivability is through the Feast lifesteal. He could actually go in against Nyx, or against Spectre, and tank most of his entire team while raping the Spectre. Generally, like if you're going against the Spectre, that dispersion does so much damage to you, but Nyx could safely ignore most of it because of Feast as well. So the Feast spell is just so aggressive, so strong, as we see aggressive TP going on the bot lane here. Who is Hovos looking for? He's looking for the Furion TP out barely. Well done there. 2 Cyclones being come, and now actually Hovos in huge trouble. Laguna Blade being dropped on him, and they're gonna get the kill there. Yeah, he's trying to TP out. Is he gonna make it alive? One more hit, and they're gonna get a Monkey Link. Well done there. Did he buy back for that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
I didn't watch closely though.
Okay.
But no, probably not.
And yes, I think that's pretty much it for the Nyx versus Spectre. But let me talk about this Invoker Cyclone stick. And I think I might do a Total Weekly Show mechanic on movement speed overall, but it's rather simple. And I think I stuttered through this on the commentary where I talked about where I did it with Waga, which basically is you have basically two ways to increase your movement speed. One is to get raw movement speed, which things is like boots. Cyclone stick gives you plus raw 25 movement speed. Another way to increase your movement speed is through a percentage increase, things like face boots, things like Yasha, etc, etc. And the percentage base increase of your movement speed is based on your base movement speed, which is the raw plus. So the higher raw plus you have, whatever, like a 7% increase through Wex, you're gonna run a lot faster. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense, a little bit more sense than my first explanation. So
cool story, bro.
Yeah, cool story. But the thing is, let's say if you get a lot of raw movement speed increase, right? And then you pop your face, you pop the Wex, you're gonna be flying like crazy. You're literally walking at 522. So that's why Cyclone is not too bad in terms of, it's also not too bad as a disable item. Like you saw, it's pretty useful in terms of keeping the Spectre in the air. and then you take care of the other team, take care of the Spectre's team. As we see go on the Bat Rider gonna get disabled. No, there's a Cyclone on him as well, and they're gonna do some Cyclone Sprout, and yeah, we just saw right now, and it looks like we have Windrun being casted, but he is gonna go down regardless, as we see Sentinel overrunning the Scourge right now, letting the creep wave take care of the tower, and they're gonna go for a tier 2 tower, and this is the last tower that Navi's holding up. Generally, we see Navi in this position, like they're gonna be the team that's owning it up, but now they're in huge trouble. Beastmaster gets Cyclone in the air, and he can't even cast before he dies. Now Venge try to TP out. Is he gonna make it out alive? As we see Cyclone flies him in the air. A little bit of Warcraft use around, and the score is 17-5. This is a huge rape.
Yeah, this is indeed a huge raid. That's almost as surprising as you're predicting the armlet on X, man. Luminous predicting item correctly. Never seen before.
And you know what? You know what I'm gonna predict? He's gonna go Death Later in this, and I'm gonna facepalm when he does. And when he does, and I know he will, I'm gonna talk about why that's a bad item. But for now,
okay,
playing well.
If he does.
No, he is gonna be for sure. And then fanboys, oh man, armlet that's so good on Nyx. No, it's not. No, it's not. But they are going to go for high ground right now. Blaze Tower at half HP. There's a glyph. I think these guys can stay even though they're half HP. I mean, they nuke so hard. I'm surprised that Furion has not went for a mecha. His item set is usually very offensive. And this game, he's keeping it offensive. But I think he does have... Yeah, he is going for mecha. And that makes sense because they really need a mecha carry to really sustain their push. And that's the item that he's indeed going for. So well done there.
Okay, and like about the game in general, I want to talk about the game in general a bit. And well, the game plan for Scourge is rather obvious. Like get back to the Radiance, get into late game, and then rape with the good amount of disables. I mean, they have the Sticky Napalm, which can absolutely be counted as a disable. They have the Roar, they have the Shackle. They have the Venge for the swaps, and they have the Pick for the slow. So they just want to get into late game with their Spectre and own. But what's the game plan for the Sentinel right now? At the start, we just saw Invoker farming a lot. So I think they're really looking for those mid game fights we see at the moment, while Windrunner is being picked off by the Invis, Leaner, and the Furion. And so I think right now, actually. Well, this is like the funny thing about the Sentinel lineup. They have strong early game. They have strong mid game because in early game they focused on playing without the Invoker a lot. So he will actually have many items during the mid game as he does right now. So they have a very strong mid game as well. And I think, well, we talked about it before. They're also going to have a superior late game. I feel like there's only one stage for the Sentinel which could be where they are in serious danger, and that is when the Spectre got the Radiance, when it's just like fresh, when it's right away, because, well, at that point, the support, the items of the support, so the items of the Sentinel might be not too good, like the Radiance will do serious damage, but after that, it can get worse, like it will just get better. Spectre won't deal a lot more of damage, so actually Sentinel, they can feel pretty safe right now, and they ganked the Spectre so much that Radiance is going to come really late, and that peak I've been talking about that is there for the Scourge team, it won't be even that high. So
man,
I feel like this is a pretty safe game for the Sentinel.
Yeah, Monkey is just going on the high ground. They're going to take down the tower. As we see, Glyph is not there anymore. They're going to need a perfect Shackle, which is not going to get it there. You know how you're talking when the Radiance is fresh, they could actually make a go on the Sentinel? I'm not too sure whether they can, because if you look at the Sentinel support, right, Crystal Maidens...
I'm just saying that it's their peak.
I'm just saying that. Well, that's their peak, but I'm not too sure even if they could win on their peak, as we see now the Rax being breached upon. I'm going to click on Crystal Maiden and Lena, and you guys just see their items. Like, it's just ridiculous amount of items. But now here comes a Bat Rider. They need to nuking down quick. Where's the Laguna? There's a Dagon on him as well, but still alive, doing a little bit of damage. Puppy still alive. Wow, he did so much damage to the fire. And now it looks like Navi is still defending pretty well. Roar on the Nyx. Nyx very low HP. He needs to lifesteal back, but he can. Good chain stunts. And it's Navi that's winning the team fight. Good positioning. Great backstab by Puppy, as you see Crystal Maiden is going to go down as well. Invoker trying to do whatever he can to get a single kill, but not gonna get it. That was a 4-for-1 exchange. Now Invoker in a little bit of trouble himself. What went hugely wrong for Monkey there?
That is actually a good question. What went so wrong, I think, was Nake's getting, oh, well, Furion getting picked off quite early, and Nake's wasn't able to do that much because he was busy doing some things, I don't know, and was being disabled. So Nake's was like the only source of really serious damage because Invoker he has a lot of disables and he has a great impact on the game with that tornado and EMP. But the damages are really high. Like the damage is coming out from Nake's and mainly from Furion, who got well killed early, but early on by the Bat Rider. And well, the trade was okay since they got rags at 22 minutes. I mean, that's not only going to make the lane pushed all the time, but it's also giving less farm to the Spectre and all heroes on the Scourge. So.
Yeah, I mean that backstab by Bat Rider actually was really huge, and it was really a kind of a ballsy move. Like you're getting raped by a Sentinel team, like really, you're getting really raped. Before that team fight, it was 19 or 18-5 or something ridiculous like that, and the Bat Rider just went in against the entire team on the backside, and that just disrupted the Crystal Maiden, disrupted the Lina, and the Furion, and ultimately they did kill off the Bat Rider, but that gave enough time for a 2-man Shackle, Spectre to haunt in and do a significant amount of damage. Next, trying to finish down the Roche. Roche at a quarter HP. Let's see if Windrunner is going to try something funny. Shackle Shot not going to do too much, and now I think yes they are going to claim down the Roche. A cool thing is if you look at Furion's position, you can attack Roche from that position. I think that is a bug and should be fixed very soon, and we are going to see what I guess a Desolator after Armlet on Nyx, and let me tell you why that's a shit item.
Wait, I mute myself and then you can go on.
You muted?
And you tell me when. Yep, go.
Okay, alright. Desolator, yes, good item. Not gonna lie, it's a very good source of damage, and you have fast attack speed, you could benefit greatly from that. But a better source of item is Maelstrom, because it gives you way more damage. The enemy team is based on a lot of armor. You can see that 7 armor. We have mecha armor, so that's like plus quite a bit of armor on the enemy team. And yes, you could lower it with Desolator, but if you watch my recent Dota Weekly show where I did a damage comparison of Desolator versus Maelstrom, Maelstrom does way more damage, like way more. It's not even a fair comparison. And you already have good minus armor through the Medallion Courage. No need to get overabundance of it. So Maelstrom is gonna cut down the basically the entire Scourge team very easily. Gives you a lot more AoE to work with as well. And now they're gonna make it go on that Nyx. Nyx taking so much damage, and he's gonna go down, but he has the Aegis right now. Actually, Monkeyling gets 1 kill. Crystal Maiden drops a pretty good. Oh no, not really. Not too much damage being done. They're gonna focus on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster is gonna finally go down. So we see Nick backstabbing. So Spectre tanky enough to take on the entire back line of the Sentinel line. Good Shackle Shot against the Nyx. Nyx at half HP. Nyx is gonna end up going down, and he does. Crystal Maiden, Furion, and the Invoker trying to run out. This is a Spectral Dagger grazing the Invoker, but he's a very quick moving hero. Shackle Shot barely missing right now. Crystal Maiden is going to end up going down. I think the entire Sentinel lineup needs to just run. They should just forfeit the life of the Crystal Maiden. Invoker is going to get up the kill, but I think he's going to ultimately die unless he invoke a very quick Ghost Walk. They see him right now. Yes, actually the Dispersion got the kill on him, and it looks like Navi successfully defended there, and that's okay. I mean, Navi, even though against a team that they're getting raped, they won the last team fight, and that's very surprising to me.
Is it Navi, Kings of Turtle? Like, you remember old DTS? Everyone was flaming DTS because it was like I'm talking about the bad DTS right now. Always last place in Division 1 with like Dandy, and I think who else they had. Did they have Puppy? I'm not too sure. I think they had Light of Heaven though, Dandy, and I don't even know.
How old are we talking about?
I think Goblin and
yeah,
and Phobos.
Yes.
Yes, and they were like the kings of turtle, like turtling every game, not doing anything else. Every DTS game, fucking boring. Turtling, still getting raped. So, well, they're experienced in turtling and they're good at it. So
I don't know if you call that turtling.
Oh, by the way,
though.
you're done ranting about.
No, I'm not.
About
Thank you for
Desolator?
reminding me.
Okay, then I mute myself again. And
Let's go back to the Maelstrom. Of course, offensively, single target DPS, Maelstrom gives you more damage than Desolator. Secondly, it gives you a little bit more AoE, which it doesn't matter too much, but it helps you mow down the creep wave. It helps you farm faster. If the enemy team is clumped up, you do a little bit more AoE damage. And more importantly, you know you're facing up a Radiance carrier. Once you upgrade that to Monair, you pop that static charge on yourself, and it's gonna zap non-stop against the enemy team. As we see another team fight going on, man. Whenever I talk about how this is a bad item, we have a team fight. Crystal Maiden is gonna be the first death there, as well as we see Nyx getting a little bit confused in terms of who's gonna be focusing. Link is gonna go down. Navi is just winning these team fight. They're no longer turtling, as we see Radiance completed on the Spectre due to that two successful wins on the last team fights, and they're just I have never seen a game that was changed so quickly back and forth. Like, it was only 10 minutes ago when we see Sentinel being up like at least 15 kills, and now they're still up 10 kills, but they're losing so badly. They might actually pick off the Spectre. Can they? Spectre very low. He's gonna survive with one more hit, and that's gonna keep himself fine. Yes, he's gonna regen quite a bit as well. And now Furion might be in trouble. Furion's gonna just walk out. Yeah, I have never seen a game that's turned around so quickly where one team was... And I don't feel like Monkey's making huge mistakes. It's something that Navi is doing correctly.
yes, as I said earlier about the peak, and okay, I act down now for a minute because Illuminous, you know, Mjolnir is an orb effect, and Nyx has his passive.
What?
Never mind.
That is some fail
Never
mechanic.
mind.
What the hell?
That was even okay. Okay, forget it. That was even I wanted to talk. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
we
that's
we
right.
talked about Nyx lifesteal earlier, right?
Yes.
So we know that it's no actual lifesteal.
Yes, it's feast. It's trigger
Yeah, we
heals.
did. Yeah, we mentioned that
Yes.
that it's based on the current HP.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't ever want to see you guys playing a game and go like, you know, well, actually, if you're up against 5 heroes that have no armor, it would be a good item. Like Desolator against low armor heroes, not bad. But Beastmaster with 7 armor. Oh, actually, the Bat Rider has pretty low. But Venge high armor.
Yo, bro, actually, I have to say I don't agree with you. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because
Why, bro?
okay, we take an example. Pick one hero of the Scourge right now.
Spectre.
And I tell you why it's good to have Medallion and Desolator.
Spectre.
Okay, Spectral. Then we go to Spectre. Where's there's Spectre? Checking the rune. Not finding anything. Okay, Spectre has 10.5 armor.
Yes.
And oh, you see that gang on top, right? Just
Yeah,
go
I'm
over it.
watching it. They're missing every single spell on him, but yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay, Spectre has 10.5 armor, and now Medallion gives you -6, right?
Yes.
So you sit at a 4.5. And then you still got like some damage reduction. And if you have actually Desolator, the Nyx who is hitting the Spectre right now, who is trying to escape, going to the liner but not being fine. Beyond got like going to the Furin here.
No, yeah, if
then
you see that, the damage is actually ridiculous. And I'm absolutely agree. If it's that kind of a situation, he could mow down the Spectre quick, and he just did. But in a team fight, you're gonna have auras around. You have the Mecha that's gonna be popped. That's 5 more armor there, or it's not 5. It's like 3, I think.
So you say the targets have too much armor.
Yes.
To make Desolator effective.
Yes. And yes, maybe at this stage of the game, the Desolator is still good. But if you wait maybe 5 more minutes, they're going to get a little bit more armor, as well as we see another team fight going on. Spectre doing quite a bit of... Oh, he's taking the damage right now, but Link in a little bit of bad position. He's at half HP already. Bat Rider end up going down. This is a pretty good team fight. We see Spectre already forced to buy back. Open Moons trying to slow down the Spectre. Spectre used Spectral Dagger, but he is going to get chased down. And this is time for Monkey to get like another kill on the Spectre. If they get a kill right now, they will win the game. But unfortunately, Spectre a little bit too quick. As we see a double damage Windrunner. And looks like Spectre boldly chasing back for that one kill. He's got to be very careful. And looks like Lena's going to free him from those tree traps. And now actually Lena is going to go down. So the focus fire of the Scourge, of the Sentinel just went a little bit too wrong. The Spectre doing such a good job running around. And they are going to kill. No, they can't even kill the Spectre. Windrun being used against the Nyx. Nyx is going to go down. Spectre going to come in to get the last hit, but ultimately does die. But I think right now Sentinel does not have the buyback to sustain this push. And even though that ultimately the buyback from the Spectre and the greedy death that he has sustained, he's gonna be fine. Like his team is okay. Now we do have a teleport from the Furion coming in right now. They're trying to focus on the Venge, and there's a swap in now, and Venge is gonna get dagging off. And without the Spectre, they have a little bit of time in terms of pushing, but I think the entire Scourge team will be quite ready to defend this.
Okay, and so when you've been talking about getting tank, it's like, oh, armor is so good, giving you so much more effective HP, and if you stack armor, it's actually so awesome. So if you keep that in mind, can you still defend your point of Desolator being so bad?
Well, sorry, I had to stop my fraps and restart again. I'm having such huge FPS problem. Looks like we're fine. Well, what I'm trying to say is, here's another way to look at it. Like, you could get a Vitality booster early game, and that's gonna be a very good way to increase your HP. And then you could get yet another Vitality booster, and that's gonna increase your HP. And then you could get yet another one, and the raw increase of each Vitality booster is gonna be the same. But the way to increase your effective HP, like the second and even the third Vitality booster, in terms of the effective HP, it's not going to be as good as the first one. I hope that point is making sense.
Yes, and look, people getting, people staking armor, and then.
And we'll see as we see ice swapping drop, and that's a spell they need to use. But the haunt coming in, they do kill off one here right off the bat. Nick's in a little bit of trouble as he's getting completely chain stun, flame lasso, and roar, and he's going from full to death. And it looks like the Scourge has found out a way to win the team fight, which is basically focus down the Nyx or keep him stunned. And this Spectre, they just don't have enough DPS output against the Spectre without the Nyx right clicks, and that is kind of it as we see the entire Scourge team chasing away the Sentinel. That's it, and that's going to give us a little bit more time. What I'm trying to say is Desolator is a good item, a good DPS item, but in this stage of the game, and as we approach late game a little bit more, I think Maelstrom is a better source of damage because it gives you increased attack speed, which is highly underrated as a DPS item. It gives you AoE, which the Desolator doesn't give you, and it gives you the static, which is great against Radiance. Like, all of those points to me beats out a Desolator. And if you want to just singly look at a single situation, a 1v1 situation where Nyx versus Spectre, yeah, maybe Desolator is better. But if you can add all those things together, I think Maelstrom, or Monair in this case, wins out by a far amount. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to have to make this point where you say, when it's getting about tanky, yeah, you should actually stack armor, and you can keep stacking and stacking armor, and it's still going to be as good as before.
It's not. It's not.
Well,
okay. Another way to put this: the more armor you're gonna get, the harder you're gonna survive. The more damage you're gonna.
At some point, HP is going to be better.
Thank you. God damn, that was hard, but thank you. I mean, this is why it's always good to have a
co-commentator that sees that Betra is actually dragging out the Furion while Nyx claims synergy, but this Furion seems to be dead. Yeah.
No force staff there, and he's all that DPS, all that offensive capability. Oh, is this team gonna rescue him? No, he is not. And I think the Sentinel is actually still trying to fight. No, the Invoker got swapped, and he's gonna be in absolute trouble. There's a roar, there's a Spectral Haunt.
Oh, man, and you see what Spectre is doing, and now tell me I'll fail carry. Well, because they go after the Maiden. So.
Well, if you kill the Furion Invoker and then go after the Maiden, by all means. But I think you just like your spell carry Spectre, just like you ignore all the carries and go after the Maiden. And then you do maybe kill the Maiden, but then like your entire team's dead. As we see, Maiden does end up going down to wild. We kind of failed to point out that the Lina actually nukes pretty hard with that Aga Scepter, with that Laguna Blade. Just drop the HP pool by so much. Just a shackle shot on the Nyx. Nyx might actually go down. Let's see, do we have the right click damage of the Rex are quite respectable. He's turning on and off the armlet for that lifesteal. Very well done by Angel there, showing it how to carry with that Nyx. It looks like the Lina is gonna running out. She's quite low on the mana after that Laguna Blade, but she's gonna be fine now.
Yeah. So. Where did we stop? Oh, about my carry being so good. All right.
Yes.
So anything you want to add?
And you know how I disagree with you in terms of, oh yeah, once Spectre picks up the Radiance, oh, you know, Crystal Maiden's so tank, and the what's her name? Lena, slow
But
tank. It's like, oh yeah, they're tank enough, so you could basically ignore the Spectre. And I'm totally wrong. You're absolutely right. You cannot just ignore the Spectre because, I mean, even though she doesn't kill you right off the bat with the Radiance, it's just a good intimidation factor. She haunts, and what do you do as a Crystal Maiden and Lena? You run. And that ultimately stops you from spell casting, and that stops you from the right click. And looks like, but all of that aside, Scourge is getting the second melee racks, but Sentinel not giving it up because I think right now they are the stronger team. Spectre not in position to defend right now, so that's yet another racks. I feel like I'm sorry for everyone that's enjoying this game. This commentary is maybe a little bit more mechanic focused than what we'd like to be, but I thought these were important points, but let's bring ourselves back in this game right now. The score is 33 to 26, and there's two lanes of racks being claimed by Monkey.
This game is like going really crazy. It's shifting all around from Scourge winning team fights again to Sentinel winning team fights because Spectre be chasing Maiden and getting raped by Nakes. So, but I think it's pretty much what we said earlier. Like, we said that Scourge is going to have that peak when the Radiance is finished, and from that point on we saw them winning one team fight after another. But now slowly the Sentinel just starts to come back, and because they had such a big advantage before, and because they were in early game already able to claim the mid lane, that actually, or in the mid game they were able to claim the mid lane, and now, like, if Scourge wouldn't have lost the mid lane, then they would have been down by one lane right now, because they maybe had that one fight that was going bad. That can happen, but now they're actually down by 2 lanes, and that will make it so hard for them to actually win the game now, because there's so much less gold coming out for them. There's always the push, especially with the Fury and all around. So actually that early game, I feel like that 22 minutes Rex push is securing the win for Monkey right now.
And they're gonna try to drive it all the way home by pushing down top. We have an intense smoke gank going on the top lane right now. Let's see who they can find. They have shown that they could chain stun the Nyx down to death, and are they going to try it right now? Where's the Flaming Lasso? The Flaming Lasso is going to be casted. No, they're going to go for the Invoker, but Invoker is quite tanky with his Axe Scepter as well. Everyone on low HP. Looks like the first kill is going to be going on Calculus, and what is going on within this Ice Wall? No one is running around, and Nyx is doing the damage right now. No, he's very low, but pops out the pit, gets a little bit more heal. Gonna kill the Bat Rider off the bat. Beastmaster gets right-click down as well. Nyx, Angel, doing so much carry right now. Whoa, very, very low. One more hit? No, yeah, Nyx is going to go down, but he has the Aegis. We have a buyback from the Prophet as well. Prophet TP's right in with the Hexic on the Prophet. They are going to bring down the Windrunner as well, and that's the game. GG being called by Hovos. Exceptional play game on both sides. Well,
yeah, I actually agree.
But before that team fight happened, you know what this? To me, I think it was Navi's game because they were down 1 racks, but they won every single team fight, and the only team fight they lost was when Hovos went freaking 7-on-5 Spectre style and chasing Crystal Maidens. And what did that? You got the Crystal Maiden, that's cool, but you got Laguna, you got killed, no buyback, and you lost the second lanes of the racks, and I think that was ultimately the losing point. But maybe not even that, because if you look at the Sentinel lineup, it's kind of like what you said. The Radiance peak of power, or whatever you call it, is already shrinking because we have Hex completed on Miguel. Invoker is getting a little bit more annoying because he's getting so high level. He could, with the Aga stick, he could fly through many of his spells. In the last couple of team fights, you saw Ice Wall, you saw things like Deathling Blast being dropped, and it's just so annoying. And that Aga Scepter on the Lina actually turning out to be a huge factor because he was able to nuke down the Spectre so very quickly. So very well done in terms of the item purchase on Monkey, but I think it was Navi that made some crucial mistakes. I think the game they had the game at one point. Do you agree on that, or you not really?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't. No. Wanna know why?
Yes.
I don't agree because, well, which point would be for you the point where Navi had the game?
Before they lost their second lanes of racks, they lost the first racks, and somehow Navi won a huge team fight. That team fight allowed the Spectre to finish his Radiance. After that, they won another team fight. I think all they really have to do, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard against Ephirion, is to defend. Just turtle, like what you said. old DTS style, and because Spectre is really the best late game carry, and really Crystal Maiden, Lina doesn't scale so well 50, 60 minutes in the game. If they could turn over that long, I think they could win. But they went for some very aggressive team fights, and
Okay, so you would completely deny my point of saying that Nake's out carry spec in late game?
I don't know, like, cause in the team fight they have one, they flame lasso the Nyx for
Right click is better than Radiant's AoE burn.
No, that's
because
true.
Radiant's AoE burn can be tanked at sometimes, but Nake's right click is just going to hurt hard as fuck, and it's just going to take down Spectre so quickly.
No,
I mean,
that's absolutely
saw
true.
the damage when he had that AC, right? Beastmaster, 4 hits.
Yes, no, that is absolutely true, but what I'm trying to say is Scourge has a chain stun. They have to chain stun that goes through Rage or BKB, the Roar for 4 seconds, the Flaming Lasso for 3+ seconds, the swap if necessary. They have shown that you could chain stun the Nyx down to death, and they have did it once or twice in a team fight they have won. So if they could play it well, and this is Navi we're talking about, I assume they could play it well, they could win this game if they want to pursue that late game turtle style, but they didn't. And I'm sure they would have their own reason for why they didn't do it. But to me, I think they could win this game. And it would have been a huge win if they did it. But Monkey played it well enough at the end. And that was it. So we're probably not going to agree on that. But maybe let's see what the viewers think. Yeah.
I see. We'll never know.
We'll never
know.
Okay. So again, once again, sorry. This game was very exciting. But we were like, no, Deso, no, Armlet, Maelstrom, whatever. You guys saw both of us in this point of view. I think at the end of the day, both of us have our own reasoning, and it comes down to preference. You guys decide what you want to decide.
Yeah,
and
nice Luminous. I act like he's maybe right, but actually I know I'm way better. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, man. You know me by now, but okay, all right, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. And this is what is this? 189, 190? I'm already seeing the end, man. I'm already preparing for my vacation. You don't even know.
Oh, I think it's 188 only.
Ah, so. Damn. Okay. But I'm getting it there. I'm getting there. So, yes, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm doing one commentary day until I hit... Oh, one video day. Let me clarify. One video day until I hit the 200 mark. And that should be pretty fun. Okay, we're officially done. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. And as always, 715 and Luminous signing off. See you guys.